I'm in red form, in a red state, such a red case on a red song. In a shared space with my shareholders, cause we share a bond. Spiritual healthcare, that's real self-care, you won't care for.
I got my Mets hat on to the back. Y'all already know where we going with the stats.
Any artist that's talking garbage and try to curse us, y'all follow a wave and do whatever's current. I follow his ways, I know my turn is coming.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access, and it's been a long time coming. Big Pat is back and we in full effect, man. And today's episode we're going to be talking about Mr. Stephen A. Smith. He names his top 5 NFC quarterbacks, not top 5 quarterbacks overall, just his top 5 NFC quarterbacks. And he doesn't have Daniel Jones in the mix. And I want to know if you guys think this is egregious. But let's tune in. Let's look at his list. And let's evaluate his list. And let's be fair. So let's get into it. All right. This is Stephen A's list. So let's get into it. Let's see who he got at number 5.
I like a little bit of flavor. There was no music in there and all of that stuff to get me hyped. But they lucky I'm a dedicated dude and I'm hyped anyway, because this list coming up right now is about the top 5 NFC quarterbacks in the National Football Conference.
Who's you guys' top 5 NFC quarterbacks? I would like to know. Put that in the chat, man. Let me know who you think your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC is.
Right now, remember, Tom Brady's gone. He's retired. Drew Brees is retired. Aaron Rodgers has skipped town, and he's going over to New York City.
And we will play Mr. Rogers in New York City, right here in MetLife.
And the AFC Conference. So based on what's left, we got to go with the top 5 in the NFC. Give it to me right here, number 5 on the list, please. Bam!
And number 5 is Mr. Geno Smith. Seattle Seahawks. Had an awesome year with the Seattle Seahawks, and I think it's legit that he can make this list. He had an awesome season. I think he had like 31 touchdowns, even though he was throwing to DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They did not, they did get into the playoffs and got drummed by the 49ers in the first round. But let's see why Stephen A. Smith likes Geno Smith at number 5. They share the last name.
Smith for the Seattle Seahawks. Why? The brother nearly completed 70% of his passes last year. Got Seattle Seahawks to the postseason. Made you totally forget about Russell Wilson and all the great years that he had.
So let's look back at Geno's stats. All right, Geno, he had a 9-8 record last year, 4,282 pass yards, 30 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions last year. Had a pretty awesome year, considering that nobody counted Seattle to do anything last year. Shout out to Pete Carroll for doing a wonderful job out there. So, yeah, Geno Smith definitely deserved consideration to be top 5 NFC quarterbacks at the very least. So I'm not mad at Geno Smith in there.
You totally forget about Russell Wilson and all the great years that he had there, because Geno Smith stepped up to the plate when he got his shot and showed you that, excuse me, he's somebody to be reckoned with. He's top 5 in the NFC Conference this year, all right? Let's go to number 4, please. Give it to me right now. Bam! Dak Prescott. Now,
no, 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 heck no. This man played in half the games and led the league in interceptions. Has had a top tier squad around him every single year. I'm so tired of people hopping on Dak Prescott like he's just gold when this dude hasn't shown anything. He had one good game against a Buccaneers team last year that was a shamble of themselves. He has 2 playoff wins. He's been with the Cowboys, I think, at least 8 years now, and has had a top squad every single year. No, no, no. Totally disagree with Dak Prescott in the top 5. I'm sorry.
He didn't look good last year. He threw about 15 damn interceptions. But he is playing for the star. He is playing for the Dallas Cowboys. There's an enormous amount of...
I don't care what star he's playing for. The man had a top team around him his whole career. Come on, man.
Of pressure that comes with the responsibilities and what have you. From a talent perspective, there is no denying that Dak Prescott is definitely top 5 in the NFC because his talent demands it, okay? I can't throw shade on the brother, even though he had problems last year. Remember, the list is fluid.
That's to say the least. Problems to say the least, bro.
The list is fluid. It's the offseason. We're looking ahead. We're not looking just back. We're looking ahead. We're being optimistic, at least for now. I'll laugh at the Dallas Cowboys around the holidays. Let's go to number 3.
Yeah, because he always does it for you, Stephen A. You know this.
Please give it to me right now. Jared Goff for the Detroit Lions. Why? Now I know he just had a teammate.
Now, I can agree with this one. Jared Goff balled last year. 9-8 record. 4,400 yards passing, 29 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. He lost his top tight end to T.J. Hockenson, even though he had a heck of a run game behind him when Smith and Williams were healthy. The offensive line stepped up tremendously, and I think Jared Goff stepped up his game tremendously. So I'm not mad at this selection, Stephen A. Jared Goff at number 3.
He did have a good season last year, did throw about 30 touchdowns, did complete more than 67% of his passes. The Detroit Lions did have a 9-8 record. They were knocking on the door of a playoff berth. He played well. They needed to fix some other things, which I think they will do. This is a man that once quarterbacked the Los Angeles Rams to a Super Bowl a few years ago. Let's give some love to Jared Goff for the season that he had last year, and we're looking forward. A lot of people are projecting that the Detroit Lions are going to be a team to be reckoned with. We shall find out. He ain't top 2, though. Give it to me top 2 right here. Bam!
Now, Brock Purdy at number 2. Oh, my goodness. Man, us as sports and beat reporters, sports reporters, man, we got to stop just going into the moment, man, with some of these guys. Now, if you would have put Brock Purdy at number 5 or something, I might have given you a little slack. But number 2, you know the squad that man had around him last year? Even though he was playing pretty well, and I think he would play pretty well again once he comes off his injury. But come on, man. Come on, bro. You got him over Jared Goff and Geno Smith. People like Kirk Cousins. Because we all know who number 1 is. That's Jalen Hurts. That's obvious. I mean, I don't even have to play the video for that. Everybody knows who's number 1. It's going to be Jalen Hurts. 14-1 record, 3,700 pass yards, 22 TDs, 6 interceptions last year. Of course, he's going to be number 1. He played with a number 1 team, and he had an absolutely tremendous squad around him last year with the Eagles. But this is Stephen A. Smith's top 5 NFC QBs. Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Geno Smith. I personally would take off Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott to put in Kirk Cousins and Daniel Jones. And that's not even being a homer. I think Daniel Jones deserves to be in the top 5 NFC QBs. But I tell you what, he will be after this year. He has some weapons around him. You get Saquon Barkley back, man, you can do some things with him in that offense. So, I mean, that's Stephen A. Smith's list. What is you guys' list for the top 5 NFC quarterbacks going into this year? Number 1 will have to be Jalen Hurts for me. Number 2, I will actually put Jared Goff. Number 3, I would put Geno. Number 4, I will actually put Daniel Jones. And number 5, I might have to just put in Derek Carr, man. Might have to put in Derek Carr there. NFC is not offering too many options at the quarterback position this upcoming year, but it is what it is, man. So that was just something informative I looked at and I saw. And we're officially back, man. Big Pat Sports Talk is officially back to get ready to start for training camp in the season. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I'm so glad to be back. So, till the next time, you know what it is, man. Peace. This is a Big Blue Crew production.